I'm Vita. Welcome to the Politics of Identity through Musical Instrument in Toba Batak Society. Let's see the problematic side of the wedding party. There is no specific rules regarding the musical instrument of the wedding. Music is not even an obligatory element. So, its practices in the society are very diverse and dynamic.
The first party took place in Sipiapia village, North Sumatra. Local people call this ensemble as keyboard. The second party took place in Jakarta. The ensemble consisted of tagani, keyboard, and sulim. People call this ensemble as gondang.
In many cases, party organizers allocate a lot of budgets and even go into debt to rent music.
Ang gunawa ti trompet ito mga orang-orang na makiling namin, kana orang-orang berada namin na siya na magaling na kana na sukses na magaling mo.
Di trompet di pop. Sangat nerana. Hormat hay ito pestay. Bah ada cegar, bah mau dokter. Dengan meriah.
Itu satu paket dengan gedung dari sejahtera. Pokoknya dari Pesan Minang itu sejahtera, dari dia musiknya jadi satu paket. Kalau pakai keyboard itu kan murah, hanya keyboard itu kan gitu. Keyboard itu masih termasuk di bawahnya gondang itu lah. Bukannya kita bilang kecil, cuman ya di bawahnya lah. Kita kan menanja sedikit, biar lebih meriah sedikit gitu. Karena istilahnya kita masih bisa lah ngutang-ngutang.
That indicate economic struggle and political agenda they are trying to present.
We will analyze the practice of consuming party music as a vehicle to explore issues based on identity, like social class and modernism. Hybridity in musical instruments is a phenomenon that is increased by globalization and leads to changes and even conflicts in society. Data were collected through individual and group interviews and participatory observation. What is gondang? Gondang is not gendang. Its definition is multiple. But usually, gondang is ensemble or repertoire. In the pre-Christian era, gondang was used in rituals, and wedding is held without music. For almost 75 years, gondang was banned because it was considered animistic by the church. At this time, gondang was constructed as a symbol of heresy and backwardness, while Christianity offers a new, modern, and progressive civilization. At this point, we can see the influence of church power on the construction of identity attached to gondang. In 1940, the gondang was again permitted to be used. In 1992, keyboard and gondang were played together for the first time. In the 90s also, music began to be played at wedding ceremony and the band became popular. If Bourdieu's idea of the legitimacy of social differentiation through musical consumption is applied to the statement of these interviews, it is found that music is used as a differentiator of economic identity. In particular, the cost of renting trumpets and gondang is considered expensive, so it can only be done by those with economic power. Meanwhile, if you can only rent a keyboard, it will be considered poor, because the rental costs are cheap. This ideology has such strong power. It is able to force people to do it regardless of the challenges and difficulties they may experience.
Pulang mag-keyboard, narasa kecil. Semua pukuci na usun nabti.
Mau lang mar-keyboard.
Pulang mag-keyboard.
Merasa bagus. Furthermore, other dominant issues surrounding this music are modernity and traditionality. The discussion of this can be traced back to the early days of Christianization. The missionaries introduced the Western musical instruments as a symbol of new modern civilization. Until now, people still believe that gondang is part of the animistic past. Modernity is characterized by the ability of the keyboard to mimic the sound of gondang, the minimization of music players, which in turn reduces the cost of renting music. This kind of modernity is considered a feature of contemporary society.
But on the other hand, real Gondang is considered as a cultural identity in the cosmopolitanism and globalization they face in Jakarta. Now let's jump to the irony of these musical practices.
Saya kan habis 300 juta, dapat juga tupak na 30 juta. Sedang seimbang.
Di sewa doon ng kibo o 4 juta. Ang dapat doon si kibo to 10 juta.
Maksudnya?
Langsung magsubangan
Oh, nama rendes.
Marindi, namubang.
At the end of the day, party is all about profit and loss. Music is vehicle to enliven parties and encourage people to give more money. Behind the Toba Batak wedding party, there are several problematic ideologies. Rich, modern, or even cultured are the ideologies that driven by power. A party that was supposed to be joyful turned into a battleground of false beliefs. Thank you for listening. Stay healthy, stay alert.